Hey guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So for today's video, I have to apologize. My voice is weird. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know if I'm sick. I don't know if I'm just allergic to my cat. I really am not sure, but I'm trying to ingest as much vitamin C as I possibly can. But for today's video, I wanted to give you guys a quick recap of how I've been feeling the past 2 weeks being home. And also, I wanted to talk about what I'm leaving behind in this decade. So, first thing that I want to mention is that being back home feels so good. I am an extreme homebody. You ask any of my friends, any of my family members, they will tell you the same thing. I've always been like that, mainly because as a kid, I had to move around a lot. So home to me was always something I was trying to find. And it was really the only place that I felt, like I was at peace. So yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing is I kind of feel like I don't really belong anymore. Keep in mind, I was gone for 3 months in Houston. Sorry, I'm not trying to sniffle, but also trying not to make it so my nose is runny. Like I said, feel out of place. And again, I don't know if that's because I've been gone for literally a quarter of the year or what have you, but something feels different and it feels off. And I can't really put my finger on it, but it doesn't feel good. Another thing is I'm kind of getting tired of the way that I'm getting treated. There's one person that I work with who is actually the same level that I'm at, who likes to really take charge over everybody. And, that's totally okay when the occasion calls for it. But if you're doing it 24/7, it gets a little old. So I'm trying to be respectful of that, but it's starting to get really irritating. And Mochi says, hi. Hi, Bubba. So kind of going through that as well. And in addition to that, I kind of feel like nobody listens to me at work. And I will be the first to admit I am incredibly outspoken. I've gotten a lot better over the past 2 years, but it's something that I feel is necessary because not a lot of people are willing to say things that should be said. So I'm kind of in a different spot. I feel like I've matured because, I was, in a totally different state for 3 months in a totally different work situation. And I dealt with so many different things while I was there. In addition to that, I am also another year older. So there's that. But I don't know. Everything really feels different. The other part is I don't really feel like everything is okay, if that makes sense. I kind of feel like things are very chaotic, and I know at work they're always chaotic, but I kind of feel like that's how it is at home. So that's going to kind of tie into one of the things that I'm leaving behind in this decade. So just, wanted to give you guys a quick recap. I am happy to be back, but at the same time, when I look around my apartment, I just think of all the times that I've been so incredibly depressed. And truthfully, I don't have a lot of friends here outside of work just because, Mochi, what are you doing? Just because, I have a weird work schedule and it's really hard to make friends when you don't have like work or school to go off of. So who would have thought? That's been probably my biggest challenge over the last 2 years. But anyways, getting into the point of this video, the first thing I'm leaving behind in this decade are shitty relationships. And I don't mean just romantic ones. I mean also, friendships or what have you. I've had my fair share of bad relationships, and especially in this decade, God knows I have. And let's see. In addition to that, I've also had some bad friendships. Currently, I am evaluating a friendship, excuse me, that I have with my best friend, which I don't really think I can call her that anymore. She kind of did the high school thing where it's like she became super, super obsessed with her boyfriend and everything revolves around him. And it's gotten to the point where she and I can't relate anymore. Not only that, but she lives an hour away from me and has never come to visit me in the 2 years that I've been here. I always have to go to her and I always have to work around her schedule. So I am not feeling it anymore. She doesn't even text me or call me or see how I'm doing. And if I do that with her, it's every once in a while. But, I am a busy lady. So I don't know. It just kind of feels like I'm giving more than what I'm getting. And to me, that is always one of the worst feelings. So leaving that behind, my cat is about to sneeze on me. He's a sneezy monkey. But I'm also leaving behind bad relationships as far as, boyfriends. So I had a really bad relationship that lasted from last year up until I think it was March or April of this year. And I didn't say anything to him. I just ghosted him completely because at that point we had been fighting so much for so many months that I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I ghosted him. And then eventually what I did was I unblocked his number and I told him all the stuff that I had meant to tell him earlier. And then I ended up having to block his number again because it got to a point where he just wanted to fight. So I'm just like, I'm not dealing with you ever again. So I am on OkCupid for what feels like the 87th time this decade. And we'll see how things pan out. I'm hoping to find somebody who doesn't drive me up a wall completely. And we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys in the loop. But yeah. The next thing that I would like to leave behind are my student loans. Like, I'm not going to be able to pay them all off, obviously, before 2020. But I would like to, I guess what I should say is I would like to leave behind inaction, as far as only paying the minimums. And a lot of the reason why I did that was because I didn't have the financial means and I didn't feel financially secure enough to pay more than what I owed. Well, I've decided I'm getting a second job. All that money is going to go towards the student loans that I have so that I can pay them off quickly. And I'm hoping that in the next 5 years, I can have all of them paid off. So we'll see. We will definitely see. But that is definitely one thing that I can't stand it anymore. Another thing that I am leaving behind is a bad diet. I have mentioned to you guys before that I'm trying to turn my diet around. And a lot of that is out of necessity. It's not so much because I want to. It's literally because I have to. And I guess part of it is wanting to as well because I don't want to feel like crap all day, every day. And truth be told, I have been eating way better than I was in the past. And I feel amazing. I'm going to do a video on that probably in a month or two, just as kind of like a checkup type thing. But yes, I feel a million times better. And I am just so excited for what the future holds. Obviously, losing weight is part of, my longer term goals. But for right now, I figure if I can get the eating down, the rest of it will kind of follow. So part of the money that I make from that second job is also going to go towards a gym membership. I canceled Planet Fitness this year, because I was going to be charged like an extra $125 to use their, you can't even call it a fitness center. It's like 2 treadmills and some exercise balls. So mama needs some weights. So that is definitely on the agenda. Also, I would like to leave behind a lack of self-confidence. I don't want to repeatedly be questioning my self-confidence or myself in general. And I really feel like in Houston, I was able to, sorry guys, I don't know if I'm sick. I don't know what's going on, but I got a runny nose from sneezing a lot. When I was in Houston, I felt so good about myself. I felt so confident, and I haven't felt that way in years. So I really want to maintain that and keep it going for the rest of my life if I possibly can. So we will see, but I'm doing it. The next thing that I would like to leave behind is wearing heavy, shitty looking makeup. So what you're seeing on me now is just a little bit of powder on my face, a little bit of bronzer that I use as blush. I don't know. I've started doing that and I like it for some reason. And then I ran some clear mascara through my eyebrows, filled them in just a tiny bit. And then I'm wearing mascara and a little bit of eyeliner on the top, and that is it. And I feel like it looks so much better than when I used to put eyeliner on the bottom. Used to wear this whole freaking face. And I'm loving it, you guys. I am loving it. The next thing I would like to leave behind is excess. Not just excess weight, which I already mentioned before, but like excess stuff. Like, who the hell needs like 8 things of the same cleaning product? So I'm trying to work through all of that. I'm trying to only buy what I need, and yeah, but I've been decluttering. I literally was decluttering for like 3 hours last night. So I'm going to take all that stuff to Goodwill today so that I can start 2020 off on the right foot. But if I'm being really honest, I'm probably still going to donate more stuff afterwards. So those are all the things that I'm leaving behind. Oh, I forgot one. I'm also leaving behind, the refusal of sticking up for myself. I've gotten a lot better at it, I think, just in the last 2 years, but really just in the last year, I've gotten better at it. And I don't mean just sticking up for myself in general. I mean also at work. I've had people try to call me out on a plethora of things. And I like what one of my coworkers said. She said that when you know exactly what you're doing, then you can back up everything that you're doing, if that makes any sense. So basically, if you know your shit, you're good to go. So I'm just overall trying to improve in my life, and yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, or depending on where you're at. And also, Happy New Year to you. For 2020, I feel like is going to be the year. I probably say that every year, but I'm like dead serious this time. I feel so much energy and so much fire, and I haven't felt this way in a very long time. So we'll see what this year holds for me. We'll see what it holds for all of us, but I am feeling really good about it. So anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys are planning on leaving behind in this decade, and we'll go on this crazy ride together. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye, guys.